Hey, Hugh Van Kylen, I can never say it. Hugh Van Kylenberg.
That's it.
He
Resilience Project.
Yep, and also co-hosts the Imperfects podcast with good mate of ours, Ryan Sheldon, and Hugh's brother. Great potty. Awesome guy as well. Just very authentic, very open.
Tackle all things vulnerability, don't they?
Which I love.
Especially in men.
Because if there's one thing I know you, Loz, and I agree on is I love talking about subjects that don't really get spoken about a lot.
Yep.
I like normalising things because I genuinely think the more we talk about things, the more we normalise it.
Yeah, albeit tough, you've got to have these conversations.
Hugh posted a video. They did it on their podcast, and it was around this time last week. I saw it pop up over the weekend. And I'll be honest, it's taken me a few days to watch the whole thing. It was an open letter to parents of autistic children. Now, I've got 3 young boys under 11. One of my boys has been diagnosed autistic, and we've come a long way over the years. But I love him to bits, and parenting generally is not easy, and parenting neurodiverse kids can be bloody hard. And I think this video really hit me because some of the things he was talking about, I was like, wow. Lou, my wife and I were not alone. Other parents are experiencing this. I just want to play you 60 seconds of his open letter.
Yeah, please do.
And this was his open letter to parents of autistic children.
Most people will not understand this yet, but the pain of being a parent to an autistic child is not the child. It's the world. The pain is seeing your child standing on the sidelines, confused, distressed and left out, while the other kids instinctively understand the rules and the social norms. It's watching the world overwhelm them and then holding them through yet another meltdown, knowing they don't want to feel this way, knowing that they're feeling a deep sense of shame, but their body and mind is overwhelmed and out of control. And there is nothing you can do except be there. It's the quiet grief of unspoken words, of watching them struggle to express things that come so easily to others. It's the way people look at you in public when they're crying on the floor or smashing themselves against the wall. Strangers assuming they're badly behaved instead of overstimulated, exhausted, drowning in a world that refuses to slow down for them. And however hard it is for me, I know they're doing it so much tougher.
Can I first just say thank you to Hugh for being brave enough to talk about this and do the open letter. I just want to say I spoke to Felix, my son, and my wife last night because I was like, look, guys, I would like to talk about this and help normalise it. Obviously, Dad doesn't want to do that if, you don't want me to.
They feel uncomfortable. So how old's Felix?
Felix is 11, most caring kid in the world.
Yeah, he is.
I love him to bits. And he was like, no, Dad, talk about it. Because I think more we talk about this stuff, the easier it gets. And it's so true. Like, how the running joke on this show is like, I don't leave my suburb.
Yeah.
And it's sort of true because for us to leave our suburb and go and do something, it's almost like a 3-day event. So like the other week, the Phoenix invited us to the basketball and it was awesome. I was so excited. The boys were so excited. For us to go to a game on Sunday afternoon at 2:00, that's a 3-4 day lead up for us. It's us going on Saturday. Okay, we can't have anyone around today. We can't go anywhere. We just need a real chilled afternoon Saturday so he's not overstimulated. Let's time it so we get to the game just before it starts.
I assume there's a building his confidence as well.
Exactly.
His comfortability.
He is such a great kid and gets it now. So if he's in situations where he's starting to get overwhelmed, he'll let us know and we just get out of there. And then, as everyone leaves John Cain Arena and they've had a great time, that's where the work begins for us because now we have to spend the next day or two trying to help, him regulate himself and create a quiet environment and just so he can reset. And I'll be honest, it's bloody exhausting. It's exhausting. There's also the other siblings. Like, so that, there's the guilt of and God love them. My 3 boys absolutely love themselves. Love each other. But I also know, for the other siblings, it's like, unfortunately, there's times we can't share our time equally, which is bloody tough on them.
Well, you are their parent, their protector, right?
Mm.
There was something that struck me in what Hugh just said, which, I mean, you should take a whole lot of comfort from, and that is, in his words, there's nothing else you can do but be there.
Yeah. And I think that's what I really struggled with at the start, because I'm a fixer. And Lou had to teach me that. She's like, you know what, it's not about fixing, it's just about being there.
Oh, it's about accepting, right?
Yeah, it really is. And we've come, I'm so proud of our little family and how far we've come. We openly talk about it. He's gotten so good now at verbalising if something's going to be overwhelming for him. And you know what? Unfortunately, we can't go out to everything. People will be like, why aren't you coming to this school event? You know what? It's at 7:30. We can't do it. It's not worth it. But yeah, we have come so far, and I just think the more we talk about this stuff, because the other thing was, it was about a year or two ago, and I said to Lou, I'm like, we've got to start telling people in our circle. Like, we've got to tell our family and our friends what the situation we're in. I was open with you guys. And what I found in the past 2 years, Clint, is knowledge is power. The more you're open with your circle of people, the more understanding they'll be, and it just makes it that little bit easier.
I mean, well done to you for verbalising it.
Thanks,
as well. Mate. It's really important, and normalising, normalising the conversation. Obviously brings with it awareness, but also, can I just say, from us to you as well, you and Lou, it's quite clear, even from afar, about how patient you are. You are great parents.
Thanks,
and you are
mate.
Great role models, and
we've had bad days.
Well, I get that, but you know what? Your boys, not just Felix, but your boys feel a great deal of comfort being at home with you guys, and you should be immensely proud of that.
Thank you, mate. I am. I'm very proud of them.
Can I have a man hug?
Yeah, come and get a man hug. Come on and have a...
Come on.
Thanks, mate. Sorry, it took me a while to get through that. I just want to say hats off to Hugh, and if there's one thing you, Lauren, and I pride ourselves on is normalising these conversations. Just before we get out of here, and I wanted to wait till after school drop-off to chat about it, even though I did flag it with my family and my son, but we were just chatting about the Imperfects podcast. Hugh Van Kylenberg, great guy, runs a Resilience project, and in his recent podcast, he did an open letter to parents of autistic children. Just before the break, I was talking about my 11-year-old son, Felix, who is autistic. We love normalising the conversation on this show, so that's why I just wanted to pay tribute to Hugh. I just want us all to be a little bit more positive. Like, our number's 13 24 10, anytime you want to weigh in. And we're people that like to run to the fire, so I don't want to shy away from this. One of the producers just copped an earful from someone on the phones then, because they thought, why are we paying tribute to Hugh when other podcasts have addressed this stuff? I know Em Ricciano has addressed it on her podcast. I know Em, get along with her quite well. To be honest, I didn't address it then because my family and I weren't in the right headspace then.
You didn't feel comfortable then?
No. So it is just a timing thing. But let's look at this stuff.
It's not a pissing contest.
No, it isn't. Let's look at this stuff more positive. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's we're talking about it now. That's what matters. The more we can normalise it, whatever topic it is, the easier it makes it for people.
I agree. We've had a lot of calls, Jase, including Loretta on 13 24 10.
Morning, Loretta.
Good morning.
Hi, guys.
What's up, mate?
I just wanted to say, Jase, you're wonderful. You're not alone. I just dropped off my 9-year-old son who's got level 3 nonverbal ASD.
How are you and them doing?
It's really tough. He's got a lot of what they call behaviours of concern.
Yep.
So when he gets frustrated, anxious, overwhelmed, he gets quite aggressive.
Yeah.
So my husband and I are often covered in scratches and bites, and it's really tough.
Acceptance is a word. I want to ask you about how you feel your son is accepted and how important conversations like the one we're having on air are.
Oh, it's so important. There is a complete lack of acceptance out there, and a complete lack of knowledge and awareness. like, as Jase was saying before, it's really hard to get out of the suburb. And if we go, to our local Woolies and he gets overwhelmed,
Yeah.
The judgment, the look, the comments, it's just another level of distress.
And look, you know what? In saying that, I think people are scared of the unknown sometimes.
Yeah.
Hey, Loretta, I was mentioning since Lou and I sort of had that turning point where we're like, knowledge is power. We need to let our inner circle of friends and family know, our situation. It's helped us immensely. Yeah. Are you in a similar boat? Have you opened up friends and family? They're aware of, your situation, and does it help?
It does help. We've got very, very limited family.
Yeah.
And we've lost a lot of friends because of, George's aggression.
Yeah.
Because it can be overwhelming even to just be in the presence of,
100%.
when he is overwhelmed.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'm I work in the disability sector. I'm an advocate. I'm on the school council, so I'm trying to be as vocal as I can.
Yeah.
And that's all we can do.
And your roles, I'm talking about you as well, Jase, and also Loretta, chief protectors, right, of your kids. But you've also got to keep in mind that, you've got to help yourself as well.
Yeah,
and this is all part of it.
Absolutely. And I think that's what I got out of Hugh's podcast and Em's podcast and anybody else that's publicly spoken about this. And I hope you feel this way as well, Loretta. We're not alone.
Yeah. No.
We are not alone.
Yeah, well said.
All right. Hey, have a great day, mate, and thanks for sharing your story
after yourself,
as well.
Loretta.
You too. Thanks, Jase. Very important.
Say hi to your little one for us, okay?
I will. I will. Thanks so much.
Take it easy. It is just gone 3 to 9. This is Dua Lipa. You're on Nova. Good morning.